Hi, it is Wednesday, so it's a wonderful Wednesday. We're working on Wednesday math column of May 20th, 2020. Make sure your first and last name is entered. Let's look at problem number 1. Write the number 490 in expanded form. So I look at that problem, I see I have one number, 490, and I have that key word expanded. So remember, you think of when you stretch, you expand like a rubber band. So expanded means to stretch out. So I have to take 490 and put it in expanded form. Let's look at placing 490. When I say the word or the number 400, 4 goes in the hundreds place, and I say 90, 90 is the same thing as 9 tens, and I didn't have anything to say when I said the ones. So when I go back and put this in expanded form, I take the natural number 4, and I say 400, so I write that number. Take the natural number 9, so 490, 90, I have 9 tens and 0 ones, and then ones I don't have anything. So I could put a 0 there right now. Now when I take these, I'm going to just put a plus sign between them, 400 plus 90. And if you have 0, you have nothing. So when I write out the answer, or when I choose the answer, I'm going to choose the one that says 400 plus 90. And let's look. That would be the very first one. Question number 2 says, which of the following are true about rectangles? So I've read it. I don't have a number in the problem, but I do have the word rectangle. I know a rectangle has 4 sides, and I have to find what's true about it. And it says check all that apply. So that means there could be more than one answer here. So I already knew that rectangles have 4 sides because of the definition of a rectangle. So that'd be one that I would pick. They have 4 equal sides. So is the next choice that I could possibly check, but let's look at that. So in a rectangle, are all the sides the same? Are they the same size? No, if you look, the top and bottom of this rectangle are longer or bigger than the sides. And I could even check with, like if I even put my thumb up, kind of bent against here, the width right here is, about the distance from the tip of my thumb to the bend. But if I check here on the length, it'd probably take me 2 of my thumbs to get there. So no, those sides are not equal. Do not check that one. And the next one says they have 4 right angles. So I'm going to look right here at my angles, and a right angle, if we remember, is 90, sorry about that, 90 degrees, and it makes an L shape. Now the L can be like you normally look at a capital L. It can be turned in any direction, all right? So any way you can turn it, as long as the 2 line segments are going to right there intersect at 90 degrees, or they make a little square here to show the 90 degrees. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 right angles, so that is correct. The last one says they have 3 sides. No, a 3-sided figure, remember 3 means tri. The prefix tri goes with 3, so triangle would have the 3 sides. Right, the third problem says Braden has 6 crayons. He broke 3. What fraction of his crayons are broken? So I've read the problem. I see my 2 numbers. I have 6 in word form and the number 3. All right, and then I'm going to get a picture in my mind. He has 6 crayons. He broke 3. So see that in your mind. what fraction of his crayons are broken? So I have my numbers 6 and 3. I've written them on my board. 6 is the crayons. And 3 goes for how many are broken. So I'll just cross them out. They want to know about the fraction. So I have 1, 2, 3 broken over a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 crayons. So 3/6 are broken. If you also notice, 3 is half of 6. So 3/6, an equivalent fraction or equal fraction, would also be 1/2. So 3 is half of 6, 1 is half of 2. Let's look. They have 3/6 as the answer. 3/6 are broken. The last problem says select the 3 fraction bars below that are equivalent. So it's asking for 3, and they give us option 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I need to choose 3 that are equivalent. And remember, equivalent means the same thing as the word equal. They're equal, they're the same. So let's look at the pictures of these fraction bars that they've given us. So let's figure out what the fraction is of each of these. The first one, I have 1 shaded out of a total of 1, 2. So remember, my total or denominator goes down, and I have 1 shaded out of 2. My next one, I have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 goes down, that's the total in the denominator. And I have 1, 2 shaded out of the 4, or 2/4. My next option, which is option 3, I have 1, 2 shaded. So however many are shaded, I'll put on the top. Out of a total of 1, 2, 3, or I have 2/3 for option 3. None of these look the same to me yet, as in the numbers don't match. This doesn't say 1/2, this doesn't say 1/2, as in 1/2. This says 2/3, so let's keep going. Our next one, this option has 1, 2, 3, 4 total. My total always goes down on the bottom. And 1, 2, 3 shaded out of 4, or 3/4 shaded. How about my last one? I have 1, 2, 3, 4 shaded. And my total is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 4 out of 8, or 4/8. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to look at fractions that I know, such as the same number over the same number always equals 1. And I don't see they have that in common. I also know if I have a half, the top part, the numerator, is always half of the denominator. So let's see if I have any fractions that equal a half. I do right here, so I'm starting with a half. How about my next one? Is 2 half of 4? If I have 4, can I split it up equally into 2 and 2? Yes. And I can see 2 and 2. So this is also equal to a half. So we might be onto something. I just need one more that's equal to a half. This one's 2/3. And if I look at 3, half of 3 is not 2. All right, if I have 3 and I split them, I have one goes down and one goes up. I have to split this one in half, so it'd be 1 1/2. And no, this says 2/3, so this is bigger than a half. And I can even see the picture here, it goes a little bit over. The next one, 3/4. Well, I already know 2 is half of 4, so 3/4, and I can see in my picture, is bigger than a half. Uh-oh, let's look at the last one and see if this is a half. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 is half of 8, because I can do 4, and 4, and I get 8, and that's half. They're equal on both sides. So 4/8 is also a half. So these are all equivalent or equal. I'd have option number 1, option number 2, and option number 5. They're all equal to a half. At the bottom, when you're done, go ahead and click Submit. You can toggle over if you want the answer sent to you. And then make sure on Google Classroom you mark Done, right? And have a wonderful Wednesday.